You know the VGC community has hit a new low when it has to fake a hate crime and then try to blame it on me. That's all I've got to say about it. I know it's a pretty bold claim, but this video will prove without a doubt that this right here is fake news. So let's go into the title. Velisify response, slander and racism ahoy. Well, that's already a bit of a misleading title because when you first look at that, don't you think, wow, is he accusing Velisify of being a racist? Is Velisify actually a racist? No. The only racism in the video is this Twitter account right here, an egg account that has no engagements, no interactions, no followers, no influence whatsoever. But he's claiming that this egg account came from my follow base, therefore I am encouraging this vile, disgusting behavior. So vile that it took a 30-second trigger warning on his video. He built it up like this massive thing. He put a lot of investment to this sensitive, abusive, disgusting material that you need to look away, that this is bad, trigger warning, giving you enough time to make sure, like, he went and fully invested into this, and then you can read his comments. I'm sure the account was a Verlis fan because it happened minutes after Velisify's video and had a link in the description. So link to my video in its description. I'd send you all a screenshot except my subs and I got its ass banned, yo. So no proof, no screenshots, nothing about this account. No mentions, because, like, there is a screenshot that he ends up posting later saying, hey guys, Velisify released another video on VGC hackers. Please don't give him views. His fans made this account too. Please report it. So here he is doing this at 11 a.m. And then later he says, great job guys, we got enough reports to take down that offensive Twitter at 11:27 a.m. However, my video came out at 4 a.m. So he said minutes after is when this account sprung up. And because of that, it had to have been from my side. It had to have been one of my fans, even though there's no proof. This is the only screenshot he has, no tweets. So we don't see this mentioning anyone. We don't see this Twitter account engaging with anyone. So how can anyone find this Twitter account? I also went and searched it up and no one interacted. No one tweeted to this account. Even if the account is banned, you can still tweet to the account and attempt to find it. But there is no existence of this account whatsoever. And he's saying that minutes after. Well then, if it was minutes after, why did he wait 7 hours to tweet out about it to get it banned? If this is such a vile, disgusting Twitter account, like, I'm going to say it's absolutely abhorrent. I never ever encouraged this behavior. I never showed any signs of racism to Joshua, who had the Beast Ball Porygon, which is illegal. Later, he ended up, like, privating his account and everything, and that's where things get even more suspicious, that Joshua's account is protected, and it's private, and his tweets have been privated for days now, so how would this account have any impact to them? How would this account be able to find its way to Joshua if his tweets are protected? And then why would Joshua be able to tweet out saying, hey, get this account banned before? This was before Yellowbox. Okay, so this screenshot is actually coming from a guy that lives in Texas. So that's Central Time, 2 hours. So that means at 10:56 a.m. But remember, it was 11 a.m. when we saw the other tweet. So somehow this guy, there's no way this Twitter account could have contacted him because he has a private account. That means he only has a few followers who would have either had to have created this account to show it to him, and this account has not engaged with anyone. So this account has no influence whatsoever, but apparently the video is trying to make it look like I'm a bad person for encouraging this behavior in some way, or my fans are bad people because this is what's coming out of my community. And this is the slander that Yellowbox is trying to build up against me. But here's the very funny thing. Go and look up lorcylovesyou69. That is the account, and it says, sorry, that page does not exist. Well, the really interesting thing about that is that that's not what happened when an account gets taken down. When an account gets taken down, we can look at this with the real Shigeru M Twitter. That Shigeru M, it says the account has been suspended. So when you are doing abusive behavior, your account gets suspended. Not, sorry, that page doesn't exist. So what I did was I even made a fake account. I want to double check this. So we have Velisify2, just fake little account right here. And then when I delete it, it says, oh, sorry, that page doesn't exist. So this account was not terminated, as Yellowbox claims. Remember, that's what he's saying. Like, we got it shut down, guys. Good job on everyone. We got enough reports to take down that offensive Twitter. No, the Twitter was closed from the inside. It was not suspended. And that's very odd because he's making all these claims. He's putting a lot of investment to it. There's even a follow-up because I commented on his comment and they responded because I misunderstood the comment. I thought he said that I was linking this Twitter in my video. My bad. But right here he says, and trust me, that wasn't me or anyone else related to me because no one I know would willingly publicize your channel like that. So how can he blame it on me then? That, oh, none of my friends I know would ever put the description of your video in their Twitter, or even tweet out anyone with the description of your video, that no one would ever want to give you the publicity, even though this is a 0 followers, 0 influence egg account that was created for only malicious intent. So because of that, there's no way that anyone would ever attempt to give me the publicity, even on a troll account. So he's making all these claims. Then we look at the first one, you know, oh, hey guys, Lorcy released another video, please don't give him views. So there's a lot of consistency here until we actually get into what this is about. So he's trying to defend himself is what this looks like. And that makes absolutely no sense. This seems like Lorcy, or someone in their circle created this to then attack me with it, because there's too much insider information. You know, knowing access the account hours before it got banned, when this account has had no engagement with anyone. There is no way for this account to have been found unless someone created it and then distributed it like that. There was no abuse through that method, and then closed it from the inside when it was claimed by Yellowbox himself to be shut down. It looks like he doesn't understand how Twitter works. There's no evidence of this account having any influence, and the weird thing is, he can say, oh, nope, couldn't have been me. Hey, he's got that thing. Like, anyone could put a video in the description of a Twitter. So just because that video's in there, automatically can't be me. Can't be me, but then that means it has to be your fan. It has to be your fan to go and link a video of yours, which anyone can do, by the way. So, it also seems like that Yellowbox VGC Logan here is a compulsive liar as well, that we can see he has an agenda to push. He's already made several videos about me, despite him saying that he doesn't want to make any more videos about me. He's made 3 videos about me in total, trying to bring down my reputation as much as possible, and then he tweets out, by the way, just saying, Lorcy channel has at least 2 strikes already. Why would he say that? Unless he's trying to get my channel shut down by encouraging reports on my channel like, hey, look at this. Lorcy is attacking others. He's slandering. He's the worst thing to happen in this community. Look at the racism he's caused. Innocent people are being attacked right now because of Lorcy, and if he only had 1 more strike, he'd be taken down. Well, that's just a blatant lie, because there are no strikes on my channel. So it seems like without witch hunting, without inciting and directly getting people to report my video, which is a bannable offense, or at least some kind of abuse of Twitter's terms of service and even YouTube's terms of service, he's trying to skirt around that, like, oh, by the way, 1 more strike and Lorcy's gone, don't you want that? Well, that's a blatant lie, because I have 0 strikes on my channel, which actually shows that all my videos are kosher. They're clean. That I'm not breaking YouTube terms of service. I've gotten dozens of reports, you know. Every other day, I wake up, I see my Gmail, and they say, this video has been reported. Tune in 48 hours to see if action will be taken. 48 hours later, no action's taken. Yet Logan has continued to make videos about me. Now we're on the 3rd video, and he's trying to get it shut down. So it seems like there's this really big agenda that he's been trying to push. So it would appear that he created that account to then drive his own video to try to have more action taken against me. Then he deleted it, like, look at this, guys, we did it. The scum has been taken down. And this is actually something that happens very frequently, and we got to see it with the Trump presidency. Hate hoax. There's a lot of hoaxes out there that people make this claim like, oh, I was harassed by a Trump supporter, and then it turns out there was never a police report. It didn't happen. None of this happened. None of this racism happened. None of this racism could even have affected Joshua, and I never even created. Like, I am not responsible for what my fans do, and I certainly did not incite any racism, any violence, any negativity towards him. I said, here's the illegal Pokemon. I reported the news, and that's all I did. I didn't say go out and flame him. His account was already protected by that point as well. So there's really nothing, there's no responsibility on me, but Yellowbox is trying to push this agenda to get me banned. Like, it's my fault that I created this. Well, look at this. Hate hoax. Black man arrested for racist and Nazi Trump graffiti. So the idea was that we have all these things, Trump rules, you know, he's graffitiing Trump rules to make it look like, oh, look at what happened. Trump wins the presidency, and then immediately chaos and anarchy and all these terrible people come out of the woodwork, start spray painting swastikas and calling people black B words and then just going off on it. Well, it turns out the other side did it. That one side was trying to make the other side look bad, so they did it in the worst, most foul way possible, even attacking their own side. That's honestly what this looks like. This looks like way too much of a jump for someone that's just been, hey, look at this. That's an illegally hatched Pokemon. Pretty wrong. I'm for supporting the rules, and we shouldn't have these hackers at national events. That no one even tweeted negativity towards Joshua before he made his account private. It was all support, telling him to not give up and to not get discouraged. So it would be very uncharacteristic and very out of the blue for only one account as well. Not multiple accounts, only one account to randomly pop up and start being the most immediately vile thing to try to make me look bad. That's exactly what's going on right here. We had a black man being racist to his own community, putting graffiti and defacing his own community to try to make the other side look bad, and this is the exact same thing. This is the exact same thing, and this news is all over the place. That when you try to make the side look bad, you overcompensate. You try to make them look worse than any of their actually worst parts would look. That if someone did go and be abusive, it certainly wouldn't be this bad. But that actually shows a lot of other things, because whoever did this, and it seems to be from someone either with very close ties to Castro, if not Castro himself, it seems like that this would actually be a racist act in itself, that he had to think, what is the most offensive thing I could do? What is the most offensive thing I could do? And he created this. So let's talk about faking hate crimes. It can be unlawful. And also, it undermines actual racism. This is fake news. This is fake racism. There is no racism coming from my side. There is no racism in the Pokemon community, but he had to create this fake racism to make a problem that wasn't there, which undermines true racism. This undermines true racism right here. And then it just almost seems like you're playing the race card when it was never needed to be played. And you're bringing the most derogatory, the most abusive and abhorrent language to the table out of nowhere to try to push your agenda. This is a witch hunt under false pretenses. And I think that's all I need to prove it. That there's no way this account could have had any influence. There's no way this account came from my side. And all signs point to very, very close relation to Logan, because he went so invested into it, and he had actions that no one else could take. It's snowing in Seattle, and there was an illegal Pokemon on stream for the International Championships. It might as well be Christmas. So here we have it. Porygon 2 inside of Beast Ball, 100% impossible Pokemon to obtain in Sun and Moon. The reason being because you cannot catch it in the wild. That's given to you as a gift inside of a Pokeball by an Aether Foundation employee. Same with Type Null. That if you see a Type Null or a Porygon in anything but a Pokeball, it is a hatched Pokemon. So there we go, Porygon 2 inside the Beast Ball that it cannot obtain. So as a hatched Pokemon, it joins the ranks with Wolfglick's Hatch Raichu and Ray Rizzo's illegal Dream Ball Aegislash. So kind of showing that there is hacking going on in the VGC community in mass right now, and I pretty much predicted it, because Pokemon VGC, more spoiled than ever, Pokemon Sun and Moon International. So this is a video from September talking about this very event, because people were already mad at the event months before it started. Power Saves and PK Hex probably won't be ready for Sun and Moon in time. So this is the VGC community complaining that they won't be able to cheat for this event. Now, unfortunately, PK Hex became available because data mining and being able to crack the game sooner than expected, but this is a vast majority of the VGC community crying that they wouldn't be able to cheat their Pokemon. That, God forbid, they have to play legitimately for a tournament, and that's kind of showing through that there's a ton of cheated Pokemon at this international right now, and it's because we have PK Hex and Power Saves currently available. So pretty much the justification that the VGC community gives is that it doesn't matter about the rules. That we have the rules right here. Illegally manipulated Pokemon. You cannot use any external devices. PK Hex, it doesn't matter if the Pokemon has legal stats. It's forbidden to modify a Pokemon at all, or to create or gen a Pokemon in any way. But they don't care. They say it's not about Bicycle Simulator. It's not about breeding. It's only about what happens in the battle. Now keep note of this. This is what 80%, 90% of the competitive VGC community says, because they only deem what happens in the battle, therefore hacking is okay, thus breaking the rules, thus cheating. So that's the sentiment that we see amongst hackers. Now, this isn't a direct accusation for Judy Azzarelli, but it's a very worrying trend that he says the same exact thing to the person using the hacked Porygon. Now, Judy Azzarelli, he is a 2014 World Championship finalist and a top Worlds player in Pokemon. Your play got you here. And I know it's really hard given this bad publicity, but focus on what matters and why you're here. No! You should not, as a top Worlds player, be condoning a cheated Pokemon. It's an illegal Pokemon, 100%. There's no other way around it. You have more responsibility as a top player than to tell someone it's okay that they're using an illegal Pokemon. I 100% believe in your ability. That's very suspicious. That is very concerning right there. And then when we go to that guy's Twitter, well, this is where things start getting interesting. He privated his tweet shortly after, like, this whole thing kind of blew up, and he blocked me long before that. I don't remember having any kind of Twitter debate or fallout with this guy. Now, I can't remember it because I deal with hundreds to thousands of people on Twitter alone on a daily basis. So because of that, you know, we might have had it back and forth, but since he protected his tweets, I can't go and see our conversation, which is already a little suspicious. But he did tweet a couple of things before he protected his account. He said, "Never trust friends to breed your Pokemon. Probably going to drop. I just lost all faith in myself. Sorry. Georgia Regionals will be my last event." So it sounds like he's quitting. And the response to that is that a lot of people showed support. You know, don't make any rash decisions. VGC needs you. Your play got you here. I know that's really important. Emotions are running high right now. We all understand, but don't quit on us. You know, that's what a lot of people are saying. They're saying like, no, don't give up. Don't quit. It's okay. Supporting his cheating play. But then a lot of things start falling apart right now, is that this is an obviously hacked Pokemon. One, anyone that's played legitimate Pokemon, anyone that's bred or understands anything about breeding and playing a non-hacked form of Pokemon would immediately detect that as a hacked Pokemon. So either he doesn't know his friend is hacking, which would be like the first thing, like, hey, did you hack any of your Pokemon? Because I'm going to be using this for VGC. That should be the first thing. Two, if it's a friend, you should be able to trust them to give you the correct answer. Three, did he not use this Pokemon before battle at all? Like, if I just went to the battle spot, if I did a friendly battle with someone else, just kind of test out the team, that should come off as blatantly hacked almost immediately. Like, the Beast Ball animation, there's no, like, little subtle thing you have to catch about the Beast Ball animation. It's a big, loud animation, and that is a huge red flag right there. So there seems to be a lot of issues. And where are the tournament organizers? Where are the judges? There's a judge sitting right next to them that can't even see the hatched Pokemon in front of them. So the Pokemon Company's failing, everyone's failing, no one understands anything about legitimate Pokemon play anymore. That's just how bad the VGC community has gotten. Now, I have so many videos on this, and even if it's, what if you hack the parent? That a lot of people say, oh, what if it's just a hacked Porygon 2 that has 6 IVs, that way it could breed down, and it had a Beast Ball because Beast Ball looks cool. Pokemon Company has said that you cannot breed hacked parents. So that would be another accusation, like, hey, you use PK Hex. How can I trust you that there is no cheating involved with this Pokemon whatsoever? So I feel like if he 100% didn't know, there was an absolute failing on his part for taking this Pokemon to a serious competitive scene without investigating its legality, because, according to the Pokemon rules, you, regardless of whether the Pokemon or items belong to that player or were traded for, are responsible for that Pokemon. So it doesn't matter, like, you can't use the defense of, oh, he got it from a friend so he didn't know he was hacking. You are responsible for it, and there is an obvious detection right here, that this is an obviously blatantly illegal Pokemon, so there's really no defending anything like this. But I kind of want to go a little deeper, because now we're starting to get into some really fishy territory. Like, why would he have already blocked me? The main reason why VGC players block me is because I say, hey, hacking is against the rules, and then they say, no, it's okay as long as they have the same stats, and then they give me the whole bicycle simulator, it only matters what happens in game kind of spiel. So I don't know what kind of engagement we had right now. I don't know if I blocked him, then he blocked me, or he blocked me, and we had like a big argument. I can't remember that. I can't check because his tweets are privated. But why are his tweets privated? It doesn't make any sense, because I searched him up. And there's no hate. It's not like it's saying, oh, I saw your hatched Pokemon on stream, go kill yourself. He's not getting any threats. He's not getting any negativity from this. It's just people, you know, to win London, you heard it here first, probably shouldn't do anything rash. So it's just people that support him, you know, keep your head up, man, keep it up. Why would you protect your account off of all of this support? Like, I don't see any negativity right here. You know, there's just some issues going on, and it's not like he had this massive Twitter following to where it would crumble if he had an illegal ball on a Pokemon. So I'm wondering why he blocked me, and I'm also wondering why the account is protected, because now I can't search anything up. I feel like, now this is where we go into speculation land. So this is not a direct accusation, but it seems suspicious that all this is going on, that now I can't go up and search. And the VGC community knows how hard I go into these people. My videos, I'll go search, I'll look up people, I'll look up links to people. I go and do my research, I do my digging when I go into this stuff right here, so people are aware. Like, I think he knew the second that came out that I would be making a video, and that's really what bummed him out the most about it. And then maybe someone else was like, hey, remember that tweet you had a while ago that kind of makes it look like you're hacking? Or, hey, remember that argument you had with Verlicify? Like, I don't remember this argument, so I don't know what happened, but maybe, and it's very likely that we argued about what makes a Pokemon legal, that I could have pulled that up if I was faster to the switch. Like, he protected his account too quick, so I couldn't have seen these engagements we would have had. But that seems really suspicious. He had no reason to protect it, except for the oncoming video from me where I'll do my digging and maybe see that he might have admitted to something. So he might have had a discussion with someone else about Pokemon legality that would have looked suspicious, so it's just better to private out the whole account so I can't get a hold of it. So that's like really the main unfortunate thing right here, that I didn't expect for him to close his account and then everyone to start trying to clean up this whole incident so quickly. But the facts have it, that's an illegal Pokemon right there. And even though he's said some things like, you know, sorry, probably going to drop, I've lost all faith, Georgia Regionals will be my last event, only time will tell if this is how it goes out. Like, if he really quits after Georgia, then maybe he didn't want to use an illegal Pokemon. But if it meant this much to him, like, this seems like an overreaction. This almost seems like a defense, because, you know, I'll be on stream, so 4 hours, an hour later, people started noticing, and that's when it started blowing up on Twitter. So he was on stream, Then people started noticing it. Then an hour later, he started apologizing, and then he said regionals was going to be his last event. It's kind of like this blew up enough to where he might have realized that this would be a problem, and I would probably cover it because this is what I was waiting for. I even did the preemptive video waiting for something like this. So it seems like it was a little too spaced out, and then it seemed like a really big jump out of nowhere to, I quit, I'm closing my Twitter, I'm locking everything down over just an illegal ball Pokemon. Now, this is where the tinfoil hat comes on in full, because I'm certainly not one to say for certain if someone is being sincere or not. That he said, sorry, Georgia Regional will be my last event, then he closed his account soon after. It seems like there was enough of time here for someone to say, like, you know Verlisify is going to jump on you, or you know this is going to blow up, and you might want to take action. So, I think that this almost feels like it was preemptive, that, you know, if I'm accusing this guy after he's saying sorry, it makes me look like the asshole, even though, regardless, he had the illegal Pokemon. At least he dropped. At least he did not pursue any further with that illegal Pokemon, but seemed a little later. You know, he was on stream, and then he dropped after this blew up. So that's a little bit suspicious right there. Never trust your friends to breed your Pokemon. Well, you can trust your friends as long as you do the correct digging, and it's still against the rules regardless. That this accusation is fair, and it's in line with what was expected of this event. It's in line with all of these top VGC players that have been caught with illegal Pokemon, like Wolf, like Ray Rizzo. So, I mean, it just shows that the community's cheat happy, and even though, like, my biggest gripe about hyper training, my biggest gripe about letting all the bank balls back and letting male Pokemon pass down their balls, is that it makes it harder to detect illegal Pokemon, but we can still find it. That there's more undetectable illegal Pokemon now than ever, and it's still visible. That is how much hacking is going on. That is how many slip-ups are going on in the VGC community, that it's almost all full of cheaters at this point. And the Pokemon company has almost been taking steps to protect them, and it's still coming out. And now, this gets even more suspicious when you kind of add everything on top of it. I don't know why I was blocked. I don't know if he was absolutely 100% honest in that how he truly felt sorry and how he truly wants to quit. We'll see what happens after the regionals. We'll see if all of his fans can get together and like support him up enough to make him feel confident in his Pokemon battling again. What we do know for sure is that the Pokemon was illegal, and that Judy Israeli, we have yet another person on the list of top VGC players condoning cheating. So that's a big issue right there, and that's kind of what I'm pursuing. You know, I've made it clear. I made it clear when I was making, you know, an accusation versus the facts. I think I did my due diligence here. Like I said, I don't think I'm crossing any lines. I'm overly being an asshole. I'm just looking at it critically. You know, once I found out I was blocked, I started feeling less sympathy for the guy, because when you think about it, the blocks are going to come from people that hate me because I'm against cheating. And it feels like after that private, the private seems a little unjust, undeserved. And I feel like there might have been some protective action more than just 100% sincerity in the apology. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.